how does GE Vernova help operators boost their health index?
Here at GE Vernova, the way that we help our operators enhance their asset health index is through some of the functionality of our health product. But before we start outlining that functionality, I'd like to go back to the definition of asset health index, because in different enterprises, this KPI might be considered or defined in a different way. For us, in the context of asset health, the asset health index is that one single KPI that allows you to drive all your productivity and optimization around maintenance processes, your overall prioritization, fully understanding in one snapshot, one quick look of red, green, yellow to tell you what conditions are urgent, what conditions are related to the criticality of those assets, and how to automatically make the best decision in order to improve availability, reliability, and of course, optimize that cost target around the overall maintenance.
What parts of the functionality of APM Health support other elements of APM?
Our health product does provide backup or higher fidelity to that asset health index through integrating other pieces of APM into that data set, making it even more reliable. For example, it can connect your strategies, which means your priorities and your criticality around each one of those assets, part and participation on your availability is captured there. Your day-to-day current status is also captured into your green, red, yellow through rounds, or even through your real-time data that comes from your DCS, your historian, so many other sources. We also integrate data from other systems inside the enterprise, such as the Enterprise Asset Management System, and having the knowledge that a particular asset might be down for maintenance, so you don't waste your time scheduling and planning a particular event for those assets.
What are some features of the latest Rounds Pro release that will help operators monitor conditions at scale?
Let's start with the obsolescence of the legacy application and the reintroduction of our Rounds Pro. And around that particular lifecycle event, the biggest release that we have introduced lately is that migration tool. Yes, we migrated to a newer, stronger, more scalable, friendlier in every sense type of platform with Rounds Pro. However, our customers have legacy data, a lot of effort that they have accumulated on that legacy application through years and years of use. And we don't want them to have to lose that or have to reinvent the wheel on the new application. Therefore, we introduce a full migration tool that does the heavy lifting, brings in all that incredible work that you did for many years, and put it right there on Pro where you can start working right away. Other functionality that we have introduced recently has to do with globalization. At the end of last year, we made Rounds Pro fully capable of dual language. We include, I think it's a total of 18 languages. I might be missing a few there. And now we also have that capability on the overall management platform, which means even the supervisors and the administrators have the capability to also choose their language. And that comes with all kinds of other functionalities, such as how the dates and the times and the numerics are expressed in other languages. All that fully released and included now. We have included also in a recent release child assets from a different asset. So in order for us to give the user the most productivity from every single route, we need to be able to accommodate all types of variability. And it might be that in that particular route, there are other assets that you would like to maintain, collect data as you go by. Now you have the ability to incorporate those steps into those routes, regardless of what asset do they belong to. Lastly, we have introduced and totally overhauled our compliance feature. And yes, this is beyond the original compliance where you can report to regulatory bodies or to management around what is being done. The new and improved compliance feature also has analytic capabilities to help you understand what routes are efficient, which routes are being missing, and allows you to perform an analysis to understand, is this a procedural issue? Is this maybe a safety problem? And I need to think about how to do this work without placing my operators in harm's way. So again, all that data is there on a dashboard now to allow and enable those type of analysis.
What are some of the upcoming connected worker capabilities that can help improve operator productivity and safety?
In order to answer that question, I like to start with a definition, because connected worker is one of those industry trends, and it might be interpreted differently in different industries. For us at GE Vernova and as part of Health and Rounds, connected worker is about providing the operator, that field personnel, tools to improve their productivity and to ensure that their work is safer. In that context, some of the productivity tools that we're introducing have to do with the integration with our autonomous inspection application. I invite everyone to take a look because it's one of the coolest things we're working on. Through that integration, we're bringing in the ability to use artificial intelligence to interpret data and make quick assessments around conditions and around whether or not you truly have a problem to follow up with and address. This can be performed through cameras and other devices, and what that allows you to do is maybe remove the operator or the human factor from a situation that might be dangerous. This might be a confined space or maybe a overheating situation, places where taking this reading is not necessarily safe and therefore is not productive either. So that integration with autonomous inspections allows you to automate that process, freeing the operator to do other maintenance tasks. Some other work that we're performing related to connected worker has to do with tools for productivity, such as the addition or integration of Visionize, which is our 2D, 3D application. And our operators know it so well when they encounter a particular asset and they have to go 2-3 layers deep in order to collect a particular set of data. There are schematics and drawings and instructions related to performing those tasks and actually acquiring that data. If all that could be in an schematic that is 2D or 3D, and you can turn it and see exactly which screw needs to be removed, where is the access point, that would make it easier and at the same time safer to collect that information. Additional features that we're bringing in order to improve that connectivity and therefore reduce the overall volume of tasks that need to be performed is an integration with the enterprise asset management system to note and highlight when equipment is down. Therefore, operators don't have to travel distances and maybe reach high levels on a piece of equipment just to find out that it's not available in that particular moment. So all this information will be automatically reflected in the application, and if the asset is not available, neither will the route, saving you time and of course making the job safer.